Welcome to this video session. I remain Samuel Chukwu Emeka, aka Sam Done for Peace, as usual. In this video session, we shall continue our study of literal equations. So this is literal equations part 2. Please, before you continue with this video, it is highly recommended that you have viewed the videos on linear equations, the video playlist on linear equations. It is important that you have viewed those videos. Then it is also important that you have viewed the videos on literal equations, part 1. So it is recommended that you have a good knowledge of the prerequisites prior to doing this. And as usual, what I advise students is that before I solve a question, you can pause the video, try to work it on your own, and then you play it to see whether we get the same answer. You can use any method you want, provided that the answer is correct. There are some methods that might not be that correct, and that is going to be a problem. But mathematics use any method, provided it is the valid method to get back at our answers. For some questions, I would tell you how many ways you can solve it, and we can look at several ways you can solve it. Okay, so let's get started. We have our questions here, and we shall solve these questions one at a time. Let's get started. The first one, let's look at the surface area of a cylinder. A is equal to 2 pi r squared plus 2 pi r h. And you want to solve for h. Okay? This literal equations is solving for a specified variable. So the first thing I advise students is what you want to solve for. Make sure it is on the left-hand side, and we talked about it before. So let's swap. Let's make our left hand to be our right hand, and our right hand to be our left hand, because this is an equation, so we can do that. So this will be 2 pi r squared plus 2 pi r h equal to a. Then you can now subtract 2 pi r squared from both sides. And if you do that, you now have that 2 pi r h is a minus 2 pi r squared when you subtract 2 pi r squared from both sides. Then the next thing is you can now divide both sides by 2 pi r. Okay, so we have 2 pi r h divided by 2 pi r equal to a minus 2 pi r squared divided by 2 pi r. So this will divide that, it will cancel. You now have that h is equal to a minus 2 pi r squared all over 2 pi r. And this becomes your answer. Now, some students will go further, leave your answer like this. Some students will go further to try to, overdo a problem, and in that process, you're messing up the answer. Some students might want to come and say that this is h equal to a over 2 pi r minus 2 pi r squared over 2 pi r. Some students will do it like this, and it all depends on what your instructor wants or what your professor wants. Some students will want to do it like this, and it's up to you anyway. If you divide this, you now have only R. And this is still correct, it's still correct. But if you ask me my opinion, I would want it to be integrated like this. Okay, I would want to leave my answer like this than to come and start splitting it. I would want, if you have your answer like this, I would want you to perform the algebraic subtraction and leave your answer like that. But it all depends like what your professor wants. Now, if you leave your answer like this, it doesn't matter. I will give you the grade for it. Yeah, but I would prefer it this way. Okay, number 2, let's look at the relationship between the Fahrenheit temperature and the Celsius temperature. F equal to 9/5 times C plus 32. And you want to solve this for C. Now, some people come and, I don't know, they probably, I don't know, this C, some people get confused whether it belongs to 9 or whether it belongs to 5. And some people are scared that it belongs to both of them, so you just write it like this. Okay, folks, let me tell you this. This is the same thing as saying 9/5 times C over 1. That is the same thing as saying that. Okay, so this C is, you just write it that you can write 9C/5 plus 32. It's not going to hurt. It won't hurt you. Now, I have mentioned this in previous videos before. Let me mention it again here. Some folks write this. They don't write 9/5. They come and write it as 9/5, like this. And guess what now? If when students write this, and they write their fraction like this instead of this way, that is a problem. Because I'm sure that when you learned writing, when you were learning writing, you wrote fractions like this. Why is this a problem? Because of this. When you have 9/5 C, when you write it like that, 9/5, then you come and put the C here. And this is wrong, because it seems as if the C is with the denominator. The C is not with the denominator. The C is with the numerator. You have to be careful about it. Okay? These are areas where students should work on. So, we now have, when we have this, we see that we are solving for C. So we want it to be on the left-hand side. We rearrange this. We have that 9C/5 plus 32 will give us F. Now I told you about fractions. If you don't like fractions, when we did fractional equations, that reminds me, please view the videos on fractional equations. If you don't like fractions, you multiply everybody by the LCD. Okay? But before we do that, let's kind of, do something. Let's subtract 32 from both sides. We have that 9C/5 is equal to F minus 32. So we now have that our LCD is 5. LCD is 5. So what we want to do here is we multiply both sides, all terms, multiply all terms by the LCD. Okay? Multiply all terms by the LCD. If you view my videos on fractional equations, by the LCD, which is 5. So this means 5 times 9C/5 is equal to 5 times F minus 32. And you don't need to distribute this. You do not need to, unless you want to. Why? If when you distribute it, it becomes a 5F minus 5 times 2, 10, 1, 5 times 3, 15, plus 1 16, 160. Okay, but you actually don't need to distribute it. We always, in mathematics, we always want to leave something in factored form. So even if you distribute it and say 5f minus 160, it's still, I mean, I would grade it, but it's appropriate to leave it as factored form. Okay, because 5 is the the GCF. 5 will be the GCF. So this crosses out this. So 9c will be 5 times f minus 32. Now, it doesn't mean that if you write 5f minus 160, that it is wrong. It's not wrong. It's still correct. But it is good to leave as factored form, in factored form. So now you can now divide both sides by 9. You can divide both sides by 9. All these steps, you might need to write it down. I am not writing it down. But because I'm saying it, you can write it down. If your professor tells you to write a detailed step on how to do this, then you should be writing what I am speaking. I'm speaking English, okay? So you write down what I'm saying. So you now divide both sides by 9, and this is everything divided by 9, okay? So 9 will cancel 9, and then 9 divides 9 is 1. You now have that c is equal to 5 times f minus 32, all divided by 9. If you write it like this, that is good. If you write it like this, because some folks are scared of writing which one. If you write it like this, that is good. Okay? Write it like this, it's correct. Write it like this is correct. Because this means 5 over 9 times f minus 32 over 1. When you multiply the fractions, you still have this. So whichever one is correct. And that becomes your answer for this. Okay? Now, let's go to the third question. Question 3, let's use this c, what we got, c equal to 5 over 9 times f minus 32, and let's get it back to f. How about it? For f, let's get it back to f. Right? So we want, because f is on the right hand side, we want to rearrange. Okay, we want to rearrange. Make your left hand to be your right. Make left hand side to be right hand side, to be right hand side, and then right hand side to be left hand side. So we want to rearrange this. And when we do that, because f is, we are looking for f and it should be on the left hand side. We have discussed that in previous videos. So this is 5 over 9 times f minus 32 equal to c. Then this is a fraction. It's a fraction. You can, this is all divided by 9. So we want to clear the fraction. So with the LCD is 9. You multiply both sides by 9. You multiply both sides by 9. This person, I'm just writing it out. So this will be 9 times 5 over 9 times f minus 32. You can write it like this, or you can just put 9 times the dot product. It doesn't matter. Okay? Equal to 9 times c. So 9 cancels 9. 9 divides 9 is 1. So this is 5 times f minus 32 equal to 9c. And then you can go ahead now and divide both sides by 5. You can divide both sides by 5. Divide both sides by 5. When you do that, you have 5 f minus 32 divided by 5 equal to 9c divided by 5. So 5 divides 5, 1. You now have f minus 32 equal to 9c over 5, or 9 over 5 times c, does not matter. So you now add 32 to both sides. Add 32 to both sides. And when you do that, of course, you have f minus 32 plus 32 equal to 9 over 5 times c plus 32. I mean, you don't need to write all this, but I just decided to write this. So this will, minus 32 plus 32 is 0. So f will now be 9 over 5 times c plus 32. Back to what we got before. Back to what we got before. Question 4, y equal to 5mx plus 11b. Solve for x. For x. So x is on the left hand side. X is on the right hand side. So we want to rearrange so that we can get x to be on the left hand side. So our left hand side will be our right hand side, and our right hand side will be our left hand side. So 5mx plus 11b is equal to y. Then subtract 11b from both sides. You have 5mx equal to y minus 11b. Then divide both sides by 5m. Divide both sides by 5m. So 5mx divided by 5m equal to y minus 11b divided by 5m. So 5m will divide 5m. You're left with now x equal to y minus 11b divided by 5m. And this becomes your answer. Question 5. P equal to 2 times a plus b. I want to solve this for b. Want to solve this for b. Let's rearrange this because b is on the right hand side. So when we rearrange, that means 2 times a plus b equal to p. When you have this kind of question, there are two ways you can solve this, and I'm gonna kind of draw a line here. Some of you might want to distribute. Some might want to distribute and distribute first before they now solve, or some might want to go ahead and just divide and then solve. So we're going to look at the two ways, okay? We're going to look at the two ways you can solve this. But if we decide not to distribute, we can divide both sides by 2. Yes, we can. So this is 2a plus b divided by 2 equal to p over 2. So 2 divided 2 gives you a 1. Okay? I think I just said yes, we can. I'm not a campaign of this. So, so that this is a plus b equal to p over 2. Right? And then you can subtract a from both sides. You can now subtract a from both sides. So b will be p over 2 minus a. Now, I would not want you to leave your answer like this. I would not want you to do that. I would want you to go ahead and finish it up. I want you to go ahead and finish it up. So, you know, if we finish it up, p over 2 minus a, when we do fractions, we will now have it like this. When you have p over 2 minus a over 1, because I like doing my vertical method. LCD is 2. So this, and that reminds me, please, view the videos on fractions. It's important. View the video playlist on fractions also. So this is times 1 times 1. This is p over 2. This is times 2 times 2. This is 2a over 2. So you now have that b will be p over 2 minus 2a over 2. And then b will be p minus 2a all over 2. And this becomes your answer here. I mean, I would like you to leave your answer like this. Yeah, but that doesn't mean if you leave your answer like this that I would penalize you. Most likely I will not. Yeah, but I would like you to leave your answer like this. Now, if you don't like this, some people might choose to distribute first. So if you choose to distribute, you now have that 2a plus 2b. That means you have to view the videos on distributive property. 2a plus 2b equal to what? P. You subtract 2a from both sides. You have that 2b is equal to p minus what? 2a. And then you divide both sides by 2. So 2b divided by 2 will be p minus 2a divided by 2. You now have that 2 divided 2 is 1. B will now be p minus 2a all divided by 2. And this becomes your answer. So whichever method you like, you choose, whichever method you like you can do. Probably some of you might prefer this method that allows you to distribute first before you divide. Looks like it's shorter, here. But this is on a case-by-case basis, depending on the question, So, all right, let's do the next question. D P plus 5k equal to 3f. And we want to solve this for P. We can distribute, we can use distributive property first, or we can just divide both sides by D. But it appears that distributive property is kind of easier, faster. So we might want to do that. If we distribute, we have dp plus 5dk equal to 3f. And then we subtract 5dk from both sides, subtract from. We subtract 5dk from both sides. We have that dp is equal to 3f minus 5dk. And then we now divide both sides by d. Right? So dp divided by d is equal to 3f minus 5dk divided by d. So d cancels d divides d is 1. So our p will be 3f minus 5dk all over d. And this becomes our answer. Yeah, that becomes our answer. It's pretty straightforward, right? Now, if you want to use the other method, that's up to you. We can kind of quickly use the other method. We have dp plus 5k equal to 3f. So we divide both sides by d. So dp plus 5k divided by d equal to 3f divided by d. D divides d. So p plus 5k is equal to 3f divided by d. And then you subtract 5k from both sides. So p will be 3f divided by d minus 5k. LCD will be d. LCD is going to be d. So p will be 3f divided by d minus 5dk divided by d. Then this is fractions. I did it by fractions. So p will now be 3f minus 5dk all over d. The same answer. Yeah. Question 7. M u minus 9v equal to 4k u minus y. And we want to solve this for you. For you. Not you. Not you, okay? Just for you. Alright. So let's use distributive property. In this case, we just have to use distributive property. In this case. Okay? We just gotta use that. Now, there's a way we can solve this without using distributive property. Yeah, but we're gonna run into fractions, So let's just use distributive property. So this will be mu. That's a Greek word, mu. Mu. That's the Greek alphabet. Pronounced as mu. When this is mu, please, let's get back to business. So I'm done. Okay, minus 9mv equal to 4ku minus 4y. So we get all the like terms together. We get this 4ku to be here, to come on the left hand side, and 9mv to move over there. Okay. So this will be mu minus 4ku equal to negative 4y plus 9mv. Let's factor this. Let's factor by GCF. Factor by GCF. If you factor this by GCF, greatest common factor, we have that m minus 4k is equal to, we like having a positive, you know, we like having a positive come first. I mean, it doesn't matter if you have negative 4y, but you know, since we have plus here, I would prefer to write 9mv minus 4y. Okay? Then we now divide both sides by m minus 4k. You have u times m minus 4k divided by m minus 4k equal to 9mv minus 4y divided by m minus 4k. And m minus 4k divides m minus 4k gives you 1. So you have that u is equal to 9mv minus 4y divided by m minus 4k. We see whether we can factor here, factor any of them to simplify it, because I would like you to leave your answer in simplified form, the simplest form. But looks like there are no common factors, so we just leave our answer like this. Question 8. 1 over 3 times p plus q equal to 3 over 5 times r. I want to solve for p. I mean, we can just, you know, kind of, in this case, we have several ways we can do it. We can go ahead and subtract q from both sides first, and then we now multiply everything by LCD, okay? So we can do this, 1 over 3 times p equal to, you subtract q from both sides, 3 over 5 times r minus q. This is like saying, you know, please, this is like saying p over 3, okay? Equal to 3r over 5 minus q. It's like saying that. And then we kind of want to actually, because we don't like fractions. If you don't like fractions, why don't you just clear the fractions? Okay? You can go ahead and multiply the LCD here, because this means q over 1. This is like saying q over 1. So the LCD is 15. We can multiply everything by 15. Okay, that's one thing we can do. Or we can just multiply everything by 3. We can actually multiply everything by 3 because we're only interested in p. So let's try it both ways. It doesn't matter. But if we want a quick result, since we are just interested in p, okay, isolating p, we just multiply everybody by 3. If we want a quick result. If we just multiply everything by 3, multiply everybody by 3 so that you can isolate p. So this means 3 times p over 3 equal to 3 times 3r over 5 minus 3 times q. Okay, so you can have that p equal to 9r over 5 minus 3q. If you want to, you know, do this. And this will give us, if you want to finish it, you can, some of you might want to leave your answer like this. But if you want to finish it, you can say p equal to 9r over 5 minus 15q over 5. Okay? And you now have, this implies that p equal to 9r minus 15q over 5. you know, you can leave your answer. This becomes your answer. More acceptable answer is this. Now, but from here, you can multiply everything by the LCD. LCD is 15 if you want to. You know, if you don't want to go through this solving for the fraction, okay, you can from here multiply everything by LCD. So 15 times P over 3 equal to 15 times 3R over 5 minus 15 times Q. Okay, so 3 divide 3, 1, 3 divide 15, 5. You have 5P equal to 5 divide 5, 1, 5 divide 15, 3. 3 times 3, 9R minus 15Q. And you just divide everything by 5. You just divide 5. You don't divide everything by 5. Divide both sides by 5. 9R minus 15Q over 5. So P will now be 9R minus 15Q over 5. I think this process is kind of better if you don't like to solve fractions. If you don't like to solve fractions, you multiply everything by the LCD. So there are so many methods to solve math, so many methods to solve mathematics. Just whichever one you like, you choose. Let's go ahead and finish the rest. Question 9. Question 9. D minus E over G equal to F. You want to solve for D. Solve for D. So, I mean, this is pretty straightforward. And it's pretty straightforward. You know, just multiply by the LCD. LCD is G. If you don't like fractions, multiply both sides by the LCD. So this is G times D minus E over G equal to G times F. So G divides G, gone. D minus E will now be A, B, C, D, E, F, G, F, G. No, instead of saying GF, you say FG. Now, it doesn't mean that GF is wrong, no. But GF is still correct. But we want to say FG because F comes before G. Okay, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So we want to do that in order. And then you just add E to both sides. Add E to both sides. So D will be FG plus E. Okay? And this becomes your answer. If you want to say E plus FG, it is still correct. Okay? If you want to say E plus FG, it is still correct. Still correct. Still correct. Question 10. M minus 1 times N minus 3 equal to P minus 5. I want to solve for M. Solve for M. I'm doing varieties, a lot of varieties, so that you can, you know, understand everything, all the varieties. Okay, so there are two ways we can do this. We can divide both sides by n minus 3, and then we add 1, and that would give us, that's if you like working fractions. Or we can use FOIL method. We can use the FOIL method to multiply the binomials and get the like terms, you know. So that, I think that's an easier way. Yeah, but we will do the two ways, and whichever way you like, you can choose. So if we use the first method, okay, if we use the first method, we can use FOIL to multiply the binomials first. And if we do that, we have a mn minus 3m. That reminds me, please view the videos on binomials. So it's like there are so many prerequisite videos, right? So mn minus 3m minus n plus 3 equal to p minus 5. So push these guys out, okay? We want to isolate m. So push these guys out. We have mn minus 3m equal to p minus 5 plus n minus 3. Okay? P minus 5 plus n minus 3. So factor by GCF. Factor the left-hand side by GCF. The GCF is m. n minus 3 equal to p plus n minus 5 minus 3 is minus 8. P plus n minus 8. So we now divide both sides by n minus 3. So m times n minus 3 divided by n minus 3 will be p plus n minus 8 divided by n minus 3. So this divides this. We now have that m equal to p plus n minus 8 divided by n minus 3. And this becomes your answer. Now, what if you don't like this method? Let's say you don't like this method. Okay? So we can use the second, we can try second method. From second method, we can divide both sides by n minus 3. We can do that. So we have m minus 1 times n minus 3, because this is multiplication. So you want to isolate it, you can divide. Divided by n minus 3 equal to p minus 5 divided by n minus 3. N minus 3 will divide n minus 3. So we now have that m minus 1 is equal to p minus 5 divided by n minus 3. So we now have, you add 1 to both sides. We now have that m will be equal to p minus 5 divided by n minus 3 plus 1. Now if you want to do this, you can, you finish it up. Finish it up. Solving the rational function. You can solve it. If you can do, I can easily do it anyway, that because this gives us, this implies that m is what? P minus 5 over n minus 3 plus n minus 3 over n minus 3. But if you're confused how I got this, I just did it Valico method. If you have p minus 5 over n minus 3 plus 1, this means 1 over 1. So LCD is n over n minus 3. This is n minus 3. This is times 1, so this will be times 1. This is p minus 5. And please, it's important, fractions. I did videos on fractions. Now this will be times n minus 3. I kind of put it in parentheses, so this will be times n minus 3. So this is n minus 3. So when you do that, you now have this. You have that. So m will be p minus 5 plus n minus 3. I like putting this in parentheses, kind of put it in parentheses when you join them before you now release them. All over n minus 3. So m will be p minus 5 plus n minus 3 all over n minus 3. So our final answer, m will be p plus n minus 8 all over n minus 3. This becomes our answer. Same answer we got here. Okay, we have 2 more questions to go. Question 11. Question 11. U minus A over B equal to V minus A over C. We want to solve this for V. So V is on the right hand side, so let's rearrange it. We now have V minus A over C equal to U minus A over B. The next thing we want to do is, we don't like fractions, so multiply both sides by the LCD. LCD is BC. Want to say BC, not CB. Now, CB is still correct, but we want to do that in order. Okay, we want to say it in order, since B comes before C. So multiply both sides by BC. So BC times V minus A over C equal to BC times U minus A over B. C divides C, right? So you have B times V minus A equal to B divides B, C times U minus A. And actually what you can do here is this, so that you don't kind of do things over and over again. What you can do is we leave this as it is, because we always want our stuff in factored form. So we can actually leave this as it is, but we can go ahead and distribute this. Okay. Now there are several methods you can use to solve this. There are several methods. Now this will be BV minus AB equal to C U minus A. So add AB to both sides. Add AB to both sides. We see that BV is equal to C U minus A plus AB. Right? We really don't want, we want to leave this in factored form. I mean, unless you can still, if you don't want to leave it in factored form, you can just go ahead and distribute it. It still doesn't matter. Does not matter. So let's finish the question. We now have that BV will be C times U minus A plus AB. We divide both sides by B. So BV divided by B will be C U minus A plus AB divided by B. B divides B. We now have that V will be C U minus A plus AB divided by B. This answer is correct. Now, some professors will want you to go ahead and still distribute this, even if there is nothing that will cancel out. Okay? They still want you to go ahead and distribute it. In which case, we can do that. Our V will be CU minus AC plus AB all over B. This is still correct. That is still correct. Now, if you still want to play with mathematics, right? If you write V equal to CU, because you factor this, okay, minus A, C minus B, okay, all over A. This is still correct. Right? It's still correct. Can we kind of, now I don't want to come and start splitting it up. CU over A minus AC over A plus AB over A and splitting it up. I like it joined. So whatever you want, okay? Just give your professor what he or she wants. Good? Question 12. Last but not the least question. 4 times m minus a over b equal to n plus 9b over c. You want to solve this for n. Solve for n. So what we can do here is we want to solve for n. We want to rearrange so that our n will be on the left hand side. So this is n plus 9b over c equal to 4 times m minus a over b. Please, this 4 is for the first one. I mean, if we want to multiply. Okay, so let's kind of release this. This is 4 times this. This is n plus 9b over c equal to 4m minus 4a over b. That is the way it is, because this means 4 times. Yeah, 4 times that. You can say, look at the way you do this. This means 4 over 1 times m minus a over b. So this will be 4 times m minus a over 1 times b. And that will give you 4 m minus a over b. And that will give you 4m minus 4a over b. Now remember remember we are solving for n. So let's multiply. What's the LCD? If we don't like fractions, LCD is BC. Multiply everybody by BC. Multiply both sides by the LCD, which is BC. So BC times n plus 9b over c equal to BC times 4m minus 4a over b. C divides C. Okay, we have b times n plus 9b equal to b divides b. We now have c 4m minus 4a. Then what we can do, we can distribute. Now you can still divide both sides by b. Another method. Okay, we can do that. But let's go ahead and just distribute. Let's use the distributive property. We have that bn, this does not mean Barnes and Noble, plus 9b squared equal to 4mc minus 4ac. Okay, and this does not mean master of ceremony. All right, let's finish this up. Let's finish it up. Get it done. Get it done right away. So we have bn plus 9b squared is equal to 4mc minus 4ac. Subtract 9b squared from both sides. So bn is 4mc minus 4ac minus 9b squared. Divide both sides by b. We now have bn divided by b is 4mc minus 4ac minus 9b squared all over b. B divides b, so n is 4mc minus 4ac minus 9b squared all over b. This becomes your answer. Or, if you still want to play with mathematics, you can have that n is, what's the common, if you factor this side by GCF, this is 4c, okay, m minus a, then minus 9b squared over b. This is still correct. This is still correct if you want to. Okay, still correct. So, we shall stop here for tonight. Thank you so much for listening. And please watch out for other videos, okay?